All right, welcome back to another motivational moment here in actual fluency. And today I just wanted to say it's been a few days, and the reason being is I'm just been sort of feeling a little bit on the low side. And one thing I wanted to do with these vlogs is also to show when things are not going fantastically. When you watch vlogs on YouTube and stuff like that, some people vlog every day, but even the people who vlog every day, they sort of it's a highlight reel of their life, right? They're not showing you when they are sitting on a couch sulking. Maybe some people are, but let's say in general they're not. So what I would love to do with these vlogs is to sort of give a very balanced picture of how life really can be if you're like me struggling with um it's tough to say, it's probably some kind of depression, but I mean it's not full blown, can't do anything, needs medication and stuff like that. But there's something there, and as I've explained in previous episodes and on the blog, there are times when that's, you know, you don't even feel it, and there are times when it's pretty apparent. And now I just wanted to make this video pretty much out of bed, which you can probably tell from the state of me. Um, I just wanted to, give another realistic picture of life, because I know a lot of you guys follow me just to, you see the highs. You're like, oh, he learned some Hungarian, oh, he spoke Hungarian, oh, he did this, he did that. And that's fantastic. I love to share my wins with you, but I also need to share some of my losses, or some of my losses. And recently I've just not been very productive. I've not managed to get a good routine going. And without a good routine, it's really hard to be productive. And when I'm not productive, I get sort of self-deprecating. I start telling myself, "Oh, why are you not doing stuff? And how hard can it be?" And the reason that I'm so hard on myself is because if I don't do these things now, I could end up in a situation some months from now where I don't have a job, where I don't have income, where I don't have any opportunity left, but to give up on the whole dream of living abroad. So for me, it's frustrating that my own mind doesn't realize the value of putting in some work now. But anyway, I'm still struggling with that. That's gonna take probably some time to actually get through. So right now, what I had to do, I just made a sacrifice. And you might say, well, do you really need to make sacrifices? I think some people do. It's kind of like losing weight. Um, you know, it's kind of like losing weight where you, let's say you can eat some sweets or crisps or something, but if you once you get the bag home, you can't just take a few and then put it in the cupboard. You have to eat the whole thing when you open it. That's me, for instance. So even though I am quite a big, let's call it fat guy, I like to be honest, because that is the honest truth. And I won't get offended if other people call me that. In fact, it would probably be helpful to get some kind of push to not be that, because everybody's so politically correct. It's like, oh no, you're just big. It's like, anyway, that's a whole different vlog. Um, my point being is that for some people it's easier to go cold turkey than it is to go reduce, right? So if we had the sweets example, if me and some other person bought a huge bag of sweets, I would eat it all in one day. That person might be able to say eat a handful the one day, a handful the next day, and so split it up. And in that case, sorry about that. And in that case, it's not too bad. You can do that. And some people have that with movies. They have it with, um, well, basically anything really that you can waste your time on, or health. And for me, video games have always been a big part. It's always been an escape, for many reasons. I think the biggest allure of video games was that no matter how bad life was or how bad life was going, you could always be something in a video game. You could log on and you could be a mighty warrior, or you could log on, you could be like a special agent, you could log on, you could be, an anti-terrorist team, or even a terrorist. And escaping a world into a dream world is definitely an escape that's quite, I guess, common for people with depression. So I used to play a lot of video games, and then I sort of found some meaning in life with language learning, and yeah, probably mainly language learning. And I stopped playing video games, sort of more or less cold turkey. And one moment, I want to lose a nice coffee here. So I stopped playing video games cold turkey. Then I sort of got into a more balanced lifestyle, and I got back into games, but not much. I would play maybe 1 or 2 games a day. And back in the day, like back in uni, I would play if I had any hour that wasn't taken by things I had to do, I would play. So there would be days where I would wake up, get breakfast, and start playing, and then 15 hours later, go to bed, something like that. It's pretty crazy, and it's not good. It's not good at all. It was pretty good fun though, which is the awful part. But anyway, so I was playing video games, and sort of for a while after I got back into it, I could manage, one game here, one game there, and I didn't really have time for anything else, or at least I didn't make time for anything else. But now I've sort of given up on the idea altogether, and what I've done is I've moved the laptop that does the gaming into my living room on the floor, and now I've just got my MacBook, my little portable MacBook, and it's hooked up via HDMI to the big screen, which is roughly this area here. And so that's a massive sacrifice of something that I really used to enjoy. And when I say this, I don't mean that I'm going to sacrifice gaming forever. I don't mean that I'm not going to, in 3 months' time, put the computer back and start playing some. That's not what it's about. What it's about is that I need to get some stuff done now. In my business, I work in social media, but it's on a freelance basis. So clients come and go all the time. That's what happens. Yeah, sometimes you have a client who stays on for years and years, and they're very happy with your services. And but sometimes, a client decides, you know what, we can do this social media ourselves. We don't need your support anymore. We're shutting down the business. We're merging with another company. There are tons of reasons why we might lose a contract right away. And sometimes those hours are not sort of, you can't gain them back because there are not enough projects for everyone to regain the hours. So actually, there is no such thing as job security. I don't remember who said that. Could it have been Jim Carrey in his address address to, I think it was an Indian business college? Did he say that there is no such thing as job security? Yeah, that's probably true. But anyway, I definitely agree in that because it's like, you can get fired from your job any day. The business you work for can go, downhill. You can, and many of us have built, let's not say castles, but we've built our lives based on the assumption that we'll keep our jobs, right? And so with me having an even less secure job than a normal brick and mortar job, I need to start working now. So that means that for the next few months, I'm going to be in production mode. I'm going to really hustle out some work and try to basically build up a portfolio online, some assets that can generate some income that means that I'm not dependent on the job. It's still nice to do. I like my colleagues, I like my work, but I don't want to be in a situation where if I lose a project or if you know, I decide I don't want to do it anymore, then I'm completely screwed. So the sacrifice is that I've quit gaming for the foreseeable future. Now, mind you, that doesn't mean that I'm going to work 24 hours a day. I'll probably just replace the gaming with something else. But the point of removing the gaming is that, video gaming is a very emotional thing. If you win, you're usually happy. If you lose, you're quite sad or mad if your team was terrible. So I'm looking to level out the emotional levels as well. But it's also more about the potential to play. It's not the actual hours played, it's just as much the potential. So that's basically it. That's today we make a sacrifice and we hope that it's worth it. I like the another quote that I really like was, I'll live 2 years of my life like nobody else would, so I can live the rest of my life like nobody else can or could possibly. But you get my drift anyway. The point is, front load your work. Put in the hours now. Write that book. I don't know what else you could do. I know for myself, I could work more on my website, build more articles, get find a larger audience, which will and then create a larger income. So who knows? But anyway, motivational moment 10 is over, and I should probably get a shower and a shave and a haircut. Okay, self-deprecation over, but still, I always believed if you can't laugh at yourself, you're not very worth much. We that's the funniest thing ever. I love when people make fun of me. Honestly, that's the funniest thing I know. Not to say that you should start, making fun of me in every comment, but just pointing it out that that's the funniest form of humor. If somebody really nails my personality and they sort of satirialize it. Did I just make up a new word? Happens. But if they sort of make an impression of me, that's the funniest thing I know. So I don't want to drag this on too much, but today I've sacrificed gaming, and we'll see how it works. I also, in conjunction with the previous video, changing my environment, hope to bring my new MacBook to the cafes more often to try and sort of not be stuck in this same spot. And it's kind of a double edge because I've made the spot quite nice, but maybe that's the problem. Because I've got my nice chair, I can sit here forever basically. And maybe that's a good and a bad thing. I don't know. But anyway, the struggle continues, and I hope that you're doing well in whatever goal you're looking to achieve. So, see you in the next one.